Hi guys, welcome back to King C TV. We are officially opening our one-on-one with Chibueze, and I'm your host. My name is Chibueze, and tonight we have an awesome guest, one that you guys are really looking forward to having a conversation with, and he's in the music industry, and here comes our guest tonight. Hi, what's your name, man?
Hey man, my name is Geshuru, aka Geshuru.
Geshuru.
Yeah.
Tell us, what do you do?
Well, it's really an amazing thing what I do, and which is mainly production, and that is making beats and collaborating with different artists.
Awesome. Like, actually, I noticed that making beats is actually the most vital part of music production, right?
Yeah, true.
So tell us, why did you actually go into this beats making?
Yeah. Well, funny story. I actually started because back in high school, there was this friend. He's called Rabudi, and he's the one who actually introduced me to production because I just met him one day talking about music, and he was like, "Oh, I make music." I was like, "Okay, how do you make music?" And then he showed me this program, FL Studio, and then gave me like a walkthrough of what to do, how to do it. And since like around 2017, I just started, and slowly I got the interest because I love songs. I always listen to songs like wherever I'm going, and I was curious like how do they make it? Like this sound, where does it come from? How do they make it? So I was like, okay, let me mess around, let me watch YouTube videos, tutorials, how do I do it? And that's how I ended up.
This is amazing. So wait, according to you, sorry, actually, were you actually interested in music at first? Like, before you went into production, were you basically interested in music?
Well, I was, at first, that wasn't like the interest really, because what I had in mind back then was like finish high school and then maybe get involved in hospitality, which I did, like because I enjoy like cooking, so I wanted to be like a chef or just get involved like with restaurants one way or another. And in the last year of high school, that's when it clicked. I was like, okay, like wow, I would like to at least attempt it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, at least I tried.
This is really great. I was like trying. I've been asking myself, these guys who make music, right? People like you who make music, right? What does it feel? Because everyone has a first time of doing something, right? The first time you try it out, how did it feel for you?
The first time I tried, it was messy. I would because I didn't understand how to do it, but I was happy. I was like, I know it sounds bad, but I'm enjoying it. Like I just enjoyed the process, and I was like, okay, slowly, like I can do this. And it's really like at first it's like really tricky because you have to learn first the software. Then you have to understand like, okay, music wise, how do I make this? Because especially for me, like I don't play instruments. I wasn't taught how to play instruments. So coming up with melodies and everything, it's really like I had to like really learn. Okay. And yeah, I just forced myself and watched tutorials as much as I could, and
I could actually imagine that. I mean, I know I've had first time at things, and honestly, to be honest, at first I was really nervous at the first thing that I did, and I don't know, but I think with time I kind of got better and stuff. So now, if I might ask you, what's your inspiration? What actually motivates you to make music?
I would say what really inspires me is that feeling people get, because I'm a fan of music, and there's some certain songs which when I listen to, I relate to, like I feel the music, and I like that feeling, and seeing people react to music, enjoying it, loving it, and inspiring them. Like maybe they were depressed and they hear a song, they're like, wow, it helped me or made me think in a different perspective. So that's what really inspires me, like to impact someone with that feeling. So yeah.
This is good. And like, talking about impacting people, which of your songs or which of your music do you think has had the most impact in people's lives?
What I would, as of now, I have like a few songs released like online, and from what I hear from people is overall they enjoy, because now it's more like just the like instrumentals really, so they enjoy the instrumentals. They're like, it's catchy, it's nice. So I'm yet to break that, but I'm working on a few things with some special people, so yeah.
This is actually what I really love to hear, though. The fact that you're working on. So who are we actually looking forward to getting like a project from you guys, from you to like something that you guys have done? Who are we looking forward to getting this from someone?
Yes, very soon. I was sooner than most expect. Very, very soon.
Okay, I really can't wait for that. And to be honest, I'm really one of your biggest fans, honestly. And I really love the instrumentals. Yeah. I mean, it's something I don't really listen to instrumentals all the time, but whenever I do, I really love to feel the beat, and I really enjoy it a lot. And to be honest, I love one of your songs. It's called Ready to Go, right? Yeah. Wait, so can we just talk about this for a bit?
Yeah. With that song, how I went about it was really it's really a simple beat. It's not really overproduced or complicated. It's more a vibe, like you just chill. And I was just messing around with my keyboard, and it's really an interesting process, because this is a song which mostly I tend to over produce sometimes, but with this one I felt really proud of it. Like after I made it, it was like it's exactly what I wanted, and everything fell into place. So yeah.
So when was that song produced?
Not that far, like a week and a half ago.
Really, yes. Really. That's really a very new song. Oh, yeah. And to be honest, I really enjoy that song a lot. And so if you would say out of all the songs you've made so far, right? If you would choose one of them, which would you think you pick to be your favorite?
That's a good question. I would say the unreleased ones. Yeah, I can't, because it's really hard for me like to say like this song is the best one for mine, because I tend to like, because when I make a song, I'm not really that attached to it. I may love it, but not that attached, because I end up making a better one. And then when I think like, oh, this is it, I make another one. So I'm like, it's hard for me to get like attached to it. But what I can say, like the unreleased, I feel them. Yeah.
So apparently you are very much more in love with the unreleased song than the released one. Okay.
Very special.
I actually find this as something that's very, very interesting, right? Yeah. Because it kind of keeps one motivated. For example, I mean, from my own side, of doing things, I think the things that if I enjoy the things that I'm yet to do more than the ones I've done yet, then it gives me the courage to want to do more, right? So that's really interesting. That's really interesting. And so let's talk about you for a bit. Who is Geshuru? Who is Geoffrey Geshuru? Tell us about yourself, like.
Yeah, well, okay, quick story. My name's, as I said before, Geoffrey Geshuru Mwangi, and this stage name is Geshuru, which is my middle name. And I'm just a young guy from Kenya. Okay. Yeah, I was born and raised in Kenya and studied there, and just for the better part of my life up to now. Like I was just raised there, learned there, and just had a lot of experiences there. And that's where, like, as I said, like that's where I was exposed to music. Yeah. Especially because, like, just I think personally, I'm a musical person, and I appreciate music. And from just my upbringing, like listening to songs, and one thing that I'm always, it's like a habit. Yeah. Like every morning when I wake up, I have to listen to music. So I would say, yeah, that's up to now. That's
I mean, you live in Austria now, right?
Oh yeah.
So since when have you living in Austria?
Officially since 2017, because I came after high school. Okay. And when I came here, I immediately went to school. So a few months, like around 3 months after January, went straight to school, did hospitality. And I did a whole course in hotel management, which was really helpful because while doing it, I learned like business principles, like marketing, like networking, learning the business aspect of the whole thing, which I could relate to with music. So the more I learned, the more appreciative I was of that side. And yeah.
Okay. So I like the fact that you talked about, relating your course with music. So how could you explain this to someone, to our viewers listening out there? Because I think that there could be people who would want to do something like this. So how would you explain this to them, in case like they have this kind of passion, maybe like business and music, so how would you relate both of them?
Well, there's something that my mom always tells me, like before I used to take it like really tough. I wasn't really acceptive of it at first because I know, like with most creative people, like it's a bit, you don't want to be discouraged, like being told like, oh, don't just do music, don't rely on music only. But personally, what I would tell someone is it should be something that you love doing also, something that you're interested in and you're good at it, or even if you're not that good, you're willing to learn it. And for me personally, I enjoy business, and I tend to think business was with a lot of things. And I would tell that person especially if you want to do music is just one stream of revenue in a way, and you can do so much more with it through endorsements, and you can get placements and work with different things, because there are many musicians, if you look at them now, they had a nice career, but that's not all they do. Like someone like Jay-Z, who's a billionaire, that's not only from music but business ventures. Like even like if you like cooking as an example, you can use your name, your brand. If people like you, they like your personality, you as the person, you can sell that with something else that you like doing, and try not to think of it as a backup, because for me I block that out, because I'm not doing something else like just in case music fails, because that's really it's a bad mentality to have, because you slow yourself down with your own words, and words have energy. So just try to look at it from a positive aspect, a way that you can add another stream of revenue.
So it's more like having two parallel lines, moving on to different. Okay.
And it keeps spreading. It keeps on spreading. It's never just one. You can do so much more with it.
That's such a great mind of entrepreneurs, actually. Investing in different areas of your life. That's really interesting. So if someone wants to stream, let's come back to music right now. So if someone wants to stream your music, how do you reach? How do they get to get your music? Like on which platforms, stuff like that?
Well, I'm currently on all platforms: Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify, everything. And it's for me like my biggest thing, or what I have in mind when I release, is at least everyone has a chance to access it. Even by YouTube, because some people maybe they may not have those streaming sites or those streaming apps, so at least something like YouTube, or even like on Instagram, because I post from time to time like snippets, and they can get one or two songs from there. Okay. I mean, there's actually a question I wanted to ask you, and that has to do with your genre of music. Which genre of music do you specialize on, actually? Well, what I'm most prevalent in is hip hop.
Okay.
But I'm flexible because I don't only listen to hip hop. I try to have like a wide variety of songs which I listen to, and then I try to implement those ideas in what I'm mainly into. So yeah.
That's great. That's great. Honestly, I'm very grateful to having you on the show tonight, and we hope to support your music, and for that you get to reach out to people as much as possible, and that your music gets to touch people's lives, honestly. And I think that's something that everyone who is doing something, who is producing something, it's not just music, but who is into anything, let it be able to touch people's life, And I really hope that your music get to inspire people. And just before we wrap it up, one word for our viewers and for your fans and people who would love to, stream your music.
Yeah. What I could say is, whatever you're doing, make sure you have a passion for it and you believe in it. And always be ready to take advice and don't be so defensive with it. It's something that I'm still learning. Up to now, I'm not perfect yet, or I will never be perfect. That's the main thing, because life in general, it's a learning process, and you have to take it with an open heart. And also, what helps me or guides me also is also having faith also in God, because He really helps out a lot, especially the moments where I feel like I'm not that good, or maybe like just that fear, like, am I doing the right thing? Yeah. So also having faith also, and surrounding yourself with people who have a success mind. Yeah, exactly. Because your network is your net worth. Exactly. So the people who you work with, make sure even if they're not doing what you're doing, they have the mindset that you have, and you'll be good.
Thank you so much. You guys already heard it. Your network is your net worth. Yes. Honestly, this is coming from Geshuru, and actually there's a mindset of entrepreneurs, people who want to succeed. And guys, to be honest, I'm so glad to have had Geshuru on the platform tonight, and we hope that you catch him up on Instagram, Spotify, YouTube. What's the handle actually? So
it's Geshuru on all platforms. That's GESHURU, and on Instagram it's Geshuru_official. Yeah, and that's where you can catch me. So actually, you're gonna see the links on the screen. So just check him out and enjoy his music. Thank you guys for staying tuned, and that's it for tonight's episode on One on One with Chibueze. My name is Chibueze, and I'm reporting for King C Entertainment. Thank you.